So as luck would have it, I ran my lawnmower into a little piece of wood around my property here, and partially sheared the key on my flywheel. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take it apart, show you how to fix it, if I can fix it. And, hope you enjoy it. Something that you're probably going to run into if you mow around any kind of brush like I have around here.
Almost jerks the rope out of your hand. So we'll see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. It's a Tecumseh engine. It doesn't say it on there, but that's what it is. Alright, this gas tank has to come off. There's really only one screw holding it on there. It's this one on the left hand side. Alright, I'm going to put the dipstick back in so I don't get oil all over everything. Here's the gas tank is just sitting up. You see this little groove right here. It goes in here, so that's the reason you have to just push it up on it. Just give it a good jolt. Well, I've got a couple of screws out of it, and there's one bolt holding it in place. It's behind this plastic cover. Man, why would they do that? We're down to the flywheel. I need to get that nut off. That's a 3/4 inch on this one. I use the socket with an adapter so I can use my air impact wrench. You'll notice here on this lever, this actually goes up. This is the one that actually takes the brake. There's actually a brake on this flywheel. So for that to turn easily, you'll have to, actually what I did, I just force it. So safety handle, I force it up and put a tie wrap around it. Now I should be able to turn this. It wouldn't be important yet, but I did it so that I wouldn't forget. When I go to pull it, it's better to pull it without that brake on there. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. It's just a normal thread. You see it came right off. That came right off. Of course, that's the easy part. Now we got to pull it. It's got some kind of a plastic cover on here. Take that off. Now I got to figure out a way. I'm looking at the key. I don't know if you can see it right in there. Looks like it's sheared a little bit. It's hard to tell on these. It's a lot harder to tell than on a Briggs. But I believe I see where it's moved. That's a little puller I'd made a long time ago. As you can see that groove in it? I made it out of a piece of an old chainsaw bar, change bar. I needed something that was pretty solid. Just drilled 3-4 holes in it. Put some long 1/4 inch bolts in it, and we'll see if this has ever been tapped. Hopefully it's got some holes up here. These holes on the top are there, but I want to make sure that they've got threads in them. And there's sort of a thread in them. Okay, I've got them screwed into the flywheel, just snug, not tight, just so you feel some resistance. I don't want to strip those holes. So now when I screw down on these top nuts, it's going to try to push this down. Crank shaft, and with any luck, it will pop off of there. You get them all about the same tightness. Nothing. We ain't doing nothing. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to release the brake. Or I'm going to set the brake on. Put a little more force on it. See the brakes keeping it from turning. I'm doing this with one hand, remember. I don't want to put too much force. You'll just pull the bolts right or break the flywheel. One of the harder parts of working on these small engines is not breaking things. They're pretty fragile, really. Alright, so now it's got quite a bit of pressure on it. Okay, hopefully this will work. I may have to put the camera down and hit it right in the center, right in there. Get a punch and lay it in there. But I'm going to tap it around here. Yeah, just got a piece of metal fit down in there. Whew. A little more pressure on it. I'm turning the nut, not the... There it is. You hear it? Ta-da! Alright, so that's where the keyway goes. And there. Alright, I got a pair of dikes. Let me get a hold of it. Oh hell, it came right off. Look, it's in two pieces. No wonder it was kicking me. Now I gotta get this out of that groove. It's in two pieces. Yeah. So it did what it's supposed to do. As you can see, I'm at SearsPartsDirect.com. I'm going to go down here, see where it says enter model or part number. I'm going to hit enter the model number. Well, let's go up here. I don't know if I can do that. I'm looking through my camera. It's driving me crazy. Period 377 582. All right, and I'm going to come over here, hit the search. Okay, see this guy? He keeps wanting to chat with me, so good. Okay. What I'm going to do is write down this number if he gives it to me. There's Morgan typing, so we'll see. Sure, I'll be glad to. Oh man, why isn't it on there? Okay, he wants this 917 dot 377. Sorry guys. 582. 2. See if that'll be good enough for him. NS. See that? Hit enter. This is where I used to buy all my parts. Okay, so it did find it. See this? See that? So its part number, I'm going to trick it over to, I've got a few parts out there. I'm going to see if I have it. Okay, so I was able to find a key. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on there. This, see this little, see how it's made? This actually goes down. In other words, let me see, it goes down like this. And then it'll fit right in there. Okay, while I'm at it, I might as well show you that little brake. See this little brake right here? It's got a little shoe. And on this one, it actually rides inside there. That's why I want you to make sure when you're trying to put this on that you have some way to hold that safety so that brake's not engaged. If you start pushing on it too hard, you'll wreck it. And also look in here. There's a little tiny, this little thing here. This is actually the switch that shorts out this coil, so it stops. So as soon as you put the brake on, or if I let go of this here, let me let go of this so you can see. Watch. Here goes the brake. Okay, I'm gonna stop the mower. Boom. Stop the mower. This shorts out onto this little wire and stops the engine. This mechanically stops it. This electrically stops it. All right, so I got the key in there. See it right there? Now, let's put this. Notice it's got this little tab. That just goes up against one of these and pushes on it. Pick one. Whichever one feels right. Feels right to me. It's like concave. I always have it bowing up towards the nut. That way it puts a little bit of spring tension on it, so it's not apt to back off. For years I sharpened blades on a bench grinder. As you can see, it's ancient. It still works. But now that everybody's got these mulching blades, they're curved and they're hard to sharpen on there. So I just use my vise and this little 4.5-inch grinder. This is about my third one. This is the best one I've ever had. This was a skill. It's a great little grinder. Here we go. So it runs, blade sharp. Well, I've had one of my, had a guest for the last week. My brother-in-law lives in that tent, in that truck, him and his little dog. So they set up camp out here by my woods, and they've been there for a week. He's getting ready to go camping with us, and then from there he's going to go on up into Minnesota, I believe.